What's up everybody, welcome to episode 6 of the Summer Sizzle series. I cannot believe we're already 2 weeks into this cut already. I've already experienced some awesome results along the way, but now it's time to get even more dialed in. Let's go. So whether you're jumping into a cutting or a bulking phase, you always need to give yourself that little bit of grace period to get some momentum going. And that's just what we did in week 1 and 2 for myself. I cleaned up my diet, which needed to be done quite a bit. And on top of that too, I really started to dial in my water intake and my sleep too. So those were some of the things I really wanted to slowly start getting better at. And that's just what we did in week 1 and 2. And as a result of that, I've already noticed 5 pounds being reduced. So I lost 5 pounds already. And that's really, truly without being dialed in with tracking every single day. Yes, I did learn where my calories are. I set that at 2450, but I truthfully have not been tracking every single day my food. But now that it's week 3, we got some momentum going with everything that I can control, such as my training, my diet, and also posting regularly here on YouTube, which is something that I really want to do also. Now that I got some momentum going on with that, now in week 3, it's time to get even more dialed in. So what does that all entail? We're gonna jump into it right here. So first things first, what we always want to establish for myself is a clean working environment. I thrive in a clean working environment, so I'm gonna be cleaning up the house, getting a few new things open in a box, which I'll show you here in a second. And then also I'm going to establish a smooth running system. And what I mean by that is knowing that my tracking or using the FitBody Nutrition app is running smoothly. I am consistently doing my check-ins and I have my meals saved. There's a lot of ways that can make your life easier when it comes to tracking. Same thing with tracking my weight in the morning. I am going to make sure that I have my daily weight tracking planner in store and perfectly laid out. And with that, that is going to help me see those changes and fluctuations of my weight over time, but just reassuring myself that over time I am losing weight overall, which is my overall goal in this cut. And then also making sure that my training program is fully in routine. And again, I am building out a program for myself right now. And then I also want to be able to release that program for you guys so that you can implement it into your training program to build some lean muscle mass if you're in a bulking phase, or also hold on to or maintain as much muscle mass as you can while you're going through your own cutting phase. So that's the first thing we're going to do, create a clean working environment and a smooth running system so that everything gets met by the end of the day to meet my goals. So recently something really tragic happened here in the household. And that would be this guy. My Keurig went out and I tried everything and some to try and fix it, and this guy, he just operates well with having coffee. I love my coffee, and so not having a coffee pot or a Keurig in the house is a no-no. Now, there's actually something that I've been interested in for some long period of time. And so since I needed a new coffee maker and this other thing that I've been interested in a long period of time, all came up at the same time. You know what? I kind of treated myself the other day. So not only did I join Team Ninja with a new coffee pot, with this I can have my normal K-cups that I like. I can brew a whole pot of coffee, or I can even make a specialty coffee. But there's something that I am super excited to show you guys specifically, and that's this right here. I got myself a Ninja Creamy is what it is called. And basically this Ninja Creamy will allow you to make ice cream. But as you guys know, ice cream can be quite hard to fit into your macros. And even if you can fit ice cream into your macros, even if it's a lower calorie ice cream, such as like 150 to 200 calories, a lot of times the macros that make up those calories just are not good. It's mostly carbohydrates and mostly fats. Very, very little protein. But with this guy, I've heard not only from some friends and other people, but I've heard some amazing, amazing things about this when it comes to making protein ice cream. And so that's just what you're gonna do. You might be able to see right up here, you can even do like these mix-ins basically in there. So we're actually gonna be doing that here in the next video. What I'm gonna be doing is throwing some of this Snickerdoodle Select in with some milk, and basically it comes with a little pint down here. Mix that up. I might throw a little bit of Greek yogurt in there to just boost that protein up a little bit more. And then you take that pint, you freeze it for 24 hours. I'm gonna pull it out, mix it up. I'm thinking it's gonna come out like this. Stay tuned for that. And then also got me a couple Oreo Thins, and I heard that a little goes a long way with these, so I might throw like 2 or 3 of these, which that's literally about 80 calories, which is nothing, in with the ice cream. And being able to have a pint of ice cream at the end of every single night if you wanted to, and have it actually not just be in that 20%, but have it be in that healthy 80%. This guy is just going to come in clutch. So definitely stay tuned with some recipes coming from this guy too. Very excited to attack the Ninja Creamy. That's nice. So something I really wanted to tap on when it comes to tracking my weight every single day too is what I do is I weigh myself first thing in the morning, usually use the restroom, do the do, and then right when I'm done doing the do, I'll put the scale down on the floor and then I'll weigh myself, write it down instantly, and then you'll see on my notes how I have a spot for each day that I keep my weight next to that. And then what I do every 7th day, I will add up those 7 days and take up the average weight. And so that way, as 1 week goes by, I can compare the first 7 days to the second 7 days and just keep on comparing the average weight that is changing versus looking at the fluctuations. So if you are one that gets down about seeing the fluctuations on the scale, seeing them go up and down frequently, take the average of every 5 days, or take the average of even better, even every 7 days. And then as those days and weeks go on, then make your changes. And that's how I typically do. I make my changes to my calories and my macronutrients according to the average of those 7 days. I'm also super stoked to see that a lot of these biking trails are starting to open up. This one's one of my favorite, goes way the heck up there, winds up the hill a couple times. Up there, there's a couple big berms, big quick turns over there. Y'all, I'm excited. We just got done with a great upper body pull day today, finishing it off with some protein and fat-free milk in here, and then a Pink Lady apple right here. So my 45-minute walk is done. Got that out of the way with Scout. Had a great time outside. The weather is a little bit colder than what it has been the past couple days. We've had some beautiful weather in the UP, and it went back to winter for a little bit. So hoping to get back to that summer vibe feel. That's what I'm ready for. I'm sure everyone else is too. And then also just got done with my upper body pull day today. So got a great pump in at the gym. I really want to touch on how I'm going to get dialed in with my training, even though my training has been very dialed in for a long period of time. But what I want to do now is be able to not only construct for myself a program, but also construct a program for you guys to be able to use, whether you're trying to hold on to your muscle mass while being in a caloric deficit like I am right now, or this program could also be well used for building some new muscle strength and size for you guys. And so basically what I want to do now is get that dialed in. And so basically, again, the split that I'm following is upper body pull, upper body push, and then legs, and then rest. And so what I want to do is at the beginning of those workouts, let's take for example upper body push day, I really want to have my first movement after a little bit of a warm-up being my main compound movement. And it's going to take a slight power building approach. That's kind of what I like to do, where my first movement, it's either going to be a chest press or a shoulder press, something that I can really challenge my overall strength. Again, intensity will be higher and reps will be a little bit lower for that first one. And there's going to be a focus on that at the beginning of the program. So let's just take, for example, upper body push again. We're starting off with bench press. We got 4 sets of 3 reps, something like that. And you got to work your way up to that. And then after that, again, that right there is placing a stimulus on our body that is going to be high. And so our body is forced to hold on to our muscle mass in a caloric deficit, Or on the flip side, if you're in a caloric surplus, it's going to allow us to be able to challenge ourselves with a new stimulus and maybe gain some new muscle mass too. So again, that's something I want to always incorporate at the beginning of the workout so that you're not fatigued after getting a whole bunch of working volume in, and then you try and do your heavier sets. So again, how I'm gonna be starting my workouts each and every single day will be my main compound lift. Right when I'm done with my main compound lift, then we're gonna start ramping up that overall volume in sets and reps. So a little bit higher in reps, say 8 to 12, or maybe even sometimes 14 to 16 or 16 to 20. That will be slight though. Mainly will be 8 to 12 after my main compound movement for that day. What I really want to do is just construct and dial in a amazing program that I'm going to field test for myself. At the end of the Summer Sizzle series, it will be open for you guys to grab. So, gonna get that dialed in with the training. Training's going amazing so far, and I truly feel like I am holding on to my strength and size in the gym right now. It's been a good experience so far, again, with the nutrition still just dialing everything in. Today I'm pretty much saying to myself though, you're tracking every single day now, Alan. So, last thing I want to touch on, water intake. This thing never leaves my side. It's always with me, tried and true, and I drink one of these a day. You might not have a whole gallon water bottle like this, say you use something like this, but what you can do is some upfront work just saying, hey, I know that 3 or 4 of these will equal this right here. And then it's up to you to have 4 of these a day. Again, for me, I just like to have 1 bottle a day. And yes, sometimes I do pour this into this sometimes, other than in here. I got some milk right now. But besides that, staying on top of my water intake, and then last up, staying on top of that sleep. Sleep is so important for your recovery. If you're not getting enough sleep, it's possible that you could lose muscle mass or just not be fully recovered to where you're not able to give that extra oomph in the gym, and that can affect your performance and affect your strength and size over time. So again, sleep is just so important. Water is just so important. Your daily nutrition is just so important, and then constantly challenging yourself in the gym is so important, and that is how you are going to level up. So there's one last thing I really want to say to you guys to end this video. Give yourself permission to learn as you go, but make sure you start, and once you start, do not stop, but give yourself permission to learn as you go. Yes, when you first start, take for example my first 2 weeks, you're gonna make mistakes. For me, I thought I'd be able to daily vlog. It's just not possible with having another full-time job, and just for my sanity and trying to get outside and meet my goals. So again, you can just hear how much stress that brought upon me and how unsustainable that is. So it's very important to find what is sustainable for you to hold on to, and then hold on to that and learn as you go. So for me, I made that adjustment, and now I'm going every other day. And yes, some days it still is very tough, and if I don't get every other day, I'm not gonna beat myself up over it, but I'm going to keep on pressing and try and meet that mark. And then same thing, give yourself permission to learn as you go when it comes to nutrition. There is so much to learn when it comes to tracking food. So give yourself permission to learn as you go, because tracking your food really is that magic pill to when it comes to your nutrition. Give yourself permission to learn to get that water intake and adjust your sleep schedule. Again, just start now and keep on pushing, and always feel free. If you have questions, leave them down in the comments. Whether if I get to you or not, I'm sure somebody else in the feed might just root you on. But remember, the only person that can follow through with the actions is you. So make sure you guys do that. And again, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you click that subscribe button right here, because you're not gonna wanna miss out on the next one, which will be out not tomorrow, but the next day. And again, if you did miss the last episode, episode 5, check it out right here. It is a good one. We'll see you guys in the next video. Say goodbye, Scout.